Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another session of the UpSide. This is Pastor Kim. I try to come to you every Wednesday to give you a word of encouragement to help you make it through Sunday. And so today's word that I want to really spend some time on is evolve. Evolve. That's the word. That's the word for today. Evolve, which means to develop, change, or grow into something new, giving yourself permission to change and so evolve. I think that's important because we're not the same person we were when we were in our teens, in our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, our 60s, and beyond. We're not the same person. Life experiences allow us to evolve into a new way of thinking, a new way of experiencing, a new way of being. And so life situations allow us to evolve into so many different things. And so I just think it's important when we think about that we also give ourselves grace at the same time, because sometimes we're like, oh man, when I was younger, I used to be able to do this and I can do that. But that was when you were young. You were different. You probably didn't have as much body weight. We probably was a little bit less fearful. So many other variables that happened from when we were teenagers to in our 20s and then in our 30s. And so I want us to offer each other grace with that we are evolving because experiences allow us to evolve. Life has allowed us to evolve. And some of us evolved well, and some of us are in the struggle. And that's serious. And so I wanted to talk about that because in our evolution, in our evolving, things happen. And we're able to see different perspectives and perceptions as we evolve. And so the way we might have saw the world and our worldview and our moral compass when we were 20s and 30s may have changed as we shift over to our 40s, 50s, and 60s. That we're not seeing these things in the same lens. We evolve into what we understand is social justice, what we understand is moral development, what we understand is oppression, what we understand that just ain't right. And so we began to evolve. We evolve in our love situations. Just because they're tall, dark, and handsome, that don't make them right, right? And so we began to evolve, meaning we need more character. We need more personality. We need more consistency. And so we began to evolve as people, even in our relationships with the Lord. It evolves. We start out with milk, and now some of us are still sipping on milk, and some of us have evolved over to meat status. We want more than the gravy of the word. We want the meat of the word. We want the protein of the word that enriches us. So that's what we are looking for. And so, as we begin to develop and experience life, just know we're going to evolve in so many different ways. And our evolution and our evolving doesn't mean right or wrong, it just means that we're growing. We're experiencing something, we're changing our perspective and perception based on what we now come to know, what we've experienced, what we've learned, lessons, wins, losses, all of that helps us evolve into where we are now. So my hope is that some of us are not in the same place we were 20 years ago or we were 30 years ago. Hopefully we're not in that same place that we were all those times, because we should be evolving. If we have our spirit life, we should definitely be evolving, because the Lord is pushing us into different situations, pushing us into different views and understanding. So we should be evolving. Life's lessons have taught us to think of it differently and don't do that no more. And so we begin to evolve. As they said, we're becoming who we're designed to be. And every loss and every win, every situation and every experience is part of our evolution, is part of us evolving into something super great. And so we can't miss it. We can't ignore it. We have to really, really think about it. So it's super important for us to understand where we are and even look back to how we used to think to how we think it now. what we used to believe to what we believe now, how our moral compass has changed, how our justice for people, places, and things have changed because we are evolving. And that's what life is all about. We should not be the same way as we were so many years ago. We are evolving into greatness, into purpose, into all the great things. So that's my word for today. Evolve, evolve, evolve. I'm Pastor Kim. Be great. Continue to evolve. Continue to be okay where God is placing you and putting you because you've already been equipped to where you are right now.